Hi, I'm McCarthy, and I help people with their breakups. And today, I have another breakup story to share. And if you have a breakup story you want to share, please visit writemac.com. Send your story in, and you could get my take in a YouTube video just like this. Or if you'd like to book a live coaching session, talk to me one-on-one in a video chat on FaceTime or Skype and really unpack what happened in your breakup and get to the bottom of things, that's also available. So if you like this video, throw me a like. If you don't like it, that's fine. If you want to subscribe, subscribe. If you want to hit the bell, live streams are getting dropped pretty much every day. And if you want to get involved in those, probably your best way to know about them is to subscribe. Let's get into it. Hey, Max, so here's my story. We dated for 4.5 years, starting in high school. Now I'm a junior. She's a sophomore at the same college. We had what seemed to be an unbreakable bond and did everything together. Her family absolutely loves me, and mine loves her. Her family even called me saying how upset they were that she broke up with me and to visit them anytime. Not going to happen, LOL. Well, here's the thing. I've said this before many times if you watch my videos. The family, if they love you, they've had a strong bond with you, they can still be connected to you, but it's not going to change the breakup. And if you go behind your ex's back and try to get brownie points or try to use the parents or the brother or sister or close friends as allies, it usually doesn't work out well, because in order for someone to break up with you, they had to come to that conclusion on their own. And when people try to immediately start changing their mind, they resist it, and it makes things worse. So it's up to you down the road if you want to, send birthday cards or Christmas gifts or whatever. That's fine, but at this point, I would say you're in a holding path, and it's a compliment to you as an individual and who you were in the relationship that they still like you and want to reach out to you. But for now, I would keep the contact limited with them. She broke up with me out of the blue at the end of August, so it's been about a month and a half since the breakup as I write this. Out of the blue's tough. If it's a shock, it could be a bit traumatic, so it's a little bit different when you weren't expecting it. She felt like everything we were doing was becoming routine. There were things we both were doing that we individually didn't like, and it never changed, and she wanted to see where life would take us apart. So you were together 4 years. This is your first serious relationship, 4.5 years. And usually 4 years is actually a definitive time in a lot of relationships. You have 4 years of high school, 4 years of high school. 4 years of high school, 4 years of university. There's a lot of things that have 4-year windows, right, in your life. And there's a reason for that. But also, at 4 years, what's the next step, right? You're not getting married. You're in college right now. You said you're a sophomore in college. You guys aren't getting married anytime soon. You're not buying a house together. You're not having kids. So what's next? There's not really a next. And this is what people get hung up on. Said she loves me so much and always will, and could see us getting back together in the future. Well, that's good for her. She also said how she wants to remain friends. Well, this is her way of saying that we have a good connection. We have a good bond, but at this point, I'm not really attracted to you. And it's not ideal for us right now to be long-term partners. But on the flip side, I trust you and I'm connected to you. Now, you can accept that or not accept it, but don't lie if you don't want to be friends. If you don't want to be friends, then just say, I don't want to be friends. That's not the kind of relationship I want to have moving forward. I begged the first week, but she insisted on giving her space, so I started to give her that. Well, begging for 1 week is a bit too long, but most people do it. A lot of people do it, and don't get down on yourself. But at this point on, tell yourself you're not begging anymore. You're not re-entering that state. A week and a half after the begging, I sent a message apologizing for how weak I acted and how I was going to focus on bettering myself. This is also very common to write a long email or story or letter conveying how sorry you are and how much better you're going to be. It's not going to change things in a day. What it does is it leaves things on a good note for yourself, that you feel like you said everything you had to say, but it's not necessarily going to turn the tides. This is going to take time. If she came to this conclusion after 4.5 years together in a good relationship, you're not going to talk her out of it. And the best thing you can do is accept it, say okay, move forward, stay off social media, stay away from, contacting parents and friends, trying to get information about her, and stick to bettering yourself, which are your words. I mentioned that if she had any change of thought, to let me know. Everyone always does this. Oh, if you have any problems or if anything comes up, that's really nice of you, because then she can do whatever she wants, and then she has you as a backup plan. You've already said it. It's fine. Now leave it alone. Don't mention that again. A lot of people, I just want to leave the communication lines open if they want to come back to me. Leave it alone. She responded saying she was happy for me, will always love me, and that she would let me know with a smiley face and a heart. Well, everything's in her court. That's just great for her. The ideal way I would say for you to respond would just be okay. If she says, oh, I just, wish you all the best, I love you so much, okay. That neutral response creates an open loop. It creates neutrality, and it creates a situation where you're not so desperate and needy where you're like, if you change your mind, call me. Think about that. Who's that best for? After that, I stopped contacting her first. Since then, she still Snapchats me multiple times a day and views all my social media. Always one of the first people to view. Well, she's still connected to you. We have a 800 plus streak on Snapchat, so I snap once a day saying nothing just to keep it. But she always replies and sends many more snaps throughout the day. I usually take a while to open and then leave her on read. Well, this little social media game you're playing is not going to help you in any ways if you want to get back with her. This is just letting her stay connected in a passive way. If I were you, I'd cut off all social media and move forward. I mean, this is connecting you in some way that you're like, oh yeah, now we're somehow still contacting each other in this passive aggressive way. I wouldn't even call it passive aggressive. It's passive. She's really into Snapchat and streaks. She is. Are you? After about 2 weeks of not contacting her, she asked my friend who she has a class with about me, asking how I was doing. See, this is what no contact does in a case like this. It creates mystery and attraction. Then she randomly told him he doesn't text me anymore. Next day, she texted me asking to use my calculator. I replied, I said I didn't have it with me. She replied, not even responding to that, asking how I was, and we talked for a little. It's worth noting we have class that ends at the same time 3 days a week, and we literally always run into each other after it. Well, you can control that by going different routes out of that class. And if it's awkward for you and you're having to ignore her or not talk to her, I would take the long way because you want to get extra exercise. But don't put yourself in a situation where you're running into her all the time, because it's not really going to help you. At this point, she broke up with you. She said she wanted to be friends. She said she loves you. Now you need to pull your energy away, and you need to pull away the idea that she can come back to you at any time she wants and she can be friends with you, because that's not what you want. It's at that point where she waits on me outside and we end up walking back to our apartments together. Live at the same one. You know what? At some point, go a couple days without doing this and just see what happens. Because she's having her cake and eat it too. It's like, I want to be broken up and see how things are apart. I want this. I want that. What the fuck do you want? All right? I mean, if you want to create a situation, she wanted the breakup, give her a full breakup. That means not having not having walks home to the apartment together. You don't have to be an asshole. You don't have to go out of your way to be mean, but you can be neutral. You can be accepting, and you can treat yourself with some fucking dignity. We'll always have great casual conversations. She is definitely into me still. All right, well, see what happens when you pull away a little bit more. Like I said, you don't have to say mean things. You don't have to lie, but just pull away. Be busy doing other things. And in this particular situation, if she's still interested in you and she still has this connection, she's probably going to be drawn back to you. But you just kind of being the nice guy out of the breakup isn't going to create a whole lot of attraction. It creates, oh, I got my friend still. More recently on the walk, she even compliments my look. Notice how I've been working out and just gives random compliments. Just this past week, we got to our apartment and said bye and walked away. But then she turned around and said, why don't you talk to me anymore? I said, you broke up with me. That's what I asked. That's what you asked for. She said, no, it isn't. Again, this is her wanting to have her cake and eat it too. Well, I wanted to be friends. I mean, we broke up, but I still want to talk to you whenever I want, and it's selfish. And then I turned and walked away. I don't really know my next step here because she sends me so many mixed signals. Your next step is to accept the breakup, move forward. You're in college, you're in university, take advantage of the fact you're at the best points in your life, you're working out, you feel good about yourself, and give her a little taste of what a real breakup is. And a real breakup isn't exchanging Snapchat streaks. It isn't you walking home together from class to the apartment. It isn't that. A real breakup, it's hard. It's each person going, damn, is it really over? let her have a little taste of that. And you don't mean to do that maliciously. You need to do that because she's put you in that situation. And if you ever want to see where she really stands, you need to take away your energy, your time, and your care right now and put it into other things. And I know it's not going to be easy. Would love to get back together with her, but I'm also honest with myself and realize there's no guarantee. So I've never been working. I've been really working on myself and doing new things, trying to keep her off my mind. I definitely do not initiate contact first. What do you think? I would say even if you're not initiating contact first, keep it, if not minimal, to none. You know, if you're running into each other outside the apartment, keep it moving. You know, oh, I got somewhere to go, or I'm meeting a friend at a party. I'm meeting someone to, she'll, oh, who are you going to study with? Well, just a friend of mine. And just keep moving. Don't create these situations where you're there for her and she's got these little moments. Oh, I need my calculator. She's connected to you. She's still attracted to you. She still likes you. But you need to create a challenge in place, and you need to create a situation where she feels like she lost. Does that make sense? So I hope you get this message well and stop the Snapchat streak and the walks home, and accept the breakup, move forward, and see where you stand after that. Thank you for supporting the channel.